Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. You're watching Ask Eman live on Eman Channel Sky 757, streaming it live via our YouTube channel and of course on our website emanchannel.tv. If you've missed it, then you can watch our video on YouTube channel, and please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to all our platforms including Facebook page, YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter or now known as X, and our Instagram page. Now swiftly let's move on to our next question, and it's related to our brother who is planning a visit to Mecca and Medina, assuming for Umrah, and has asked three questions that he has asked. The first question has been covered in the previous segment, and inshallah the remaining two questions we shall cover it now in this segment. Now Shaykh, the next question: if you are in the hotel room and it has a prayer hall with a view of the Haram in Mecca, and you can hear the Imam's recitation via the prayer hall speaker, do you get the exact same reward as being inside the Haram?
We can say that in the condition that in Ramadan, in Taraweeh, masjid is full, streets are full and are blocked. The masjid in the hotel is full as well, or you can have an easy access to get there. So that's an exception. But under regular circumstances, no, you need to move yourself, make an effort, and go downstairs and pray in the Haram. If not, then at least pray in the prayer hall in the hotel, which is looking at the Haram with the Jama'ah.
Thank you very much. And of course, it does make sense. We've spent a lot of money. Then why not? Let's take the best opportunity that we can. The third question, simple. What about the females? So brother is trying to find out, is it the same principle?
If we're talking about Salatul Jama'ah, then it applies to both. But if you're talking about if a female wants to pray by herself in the room, 100% permissible. Will she get the reward of 100,000 times more? Of course. In fact, there is a hadith which might be shocking to some of the audience. There was a Sahabiya, a lady companion by the name Humayd as-Sa'idiyya. May Allah be pleased with her. She said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, I love to pray behind me. And who doesn't love to pray behind the Prophet and enjoy his recitation? So he said, I knew that, but Humayd, your prayer at home is superior to praying behind me in my masjid. Then this is under regular circumstances. Do we understand from that the Prophet ﷺ didn't allow women to go to the masjid? No. On the contrary, the Prophet ﷺ simply gave women ease. But he said in a sound hadith, you should not prevent women from going to the masjid. So women used to go to the masjid, used to do i'tikaf in the masjid, used to attend the halqa in the masjid. And when they approached the Prophet ﷺ once and they said, Ya Rasulullah, when you give ta'aleem, it's not easy for us to reach out to you and ask you questions. So we want a whole day for us. He said, not a problem. Choose a day and I will designate this day for you. And the Prophet ﷺ appointed a door in the masjid and he said, this is only for women. So men do not use this door in order not to mingle with women. The wives of the Prophet ﷺ used to observe i'tikaf in the masjid. But in order to give the woman ease, because a woman who's breastfeeding, who's cooking, who's doing the house engineering, who wants to stay home, she will get a full reward. Well, she's got plenty of time in her hands, and it is safe to go to the masjid. There is a ta'aleem, there is a tahfidh, there is a halqa. She wants to attend the Jummah. Is it permissible? Yes, it is permissible.
Jazakallahu khairan for that. And I must say, I really like the word house engineering. Beautiful word, and inshallah I shall be using that going forward. My dear viewers, I'd like to remind you, you can call us on 0203 515 0757, our studio number, and of course WhatsApp number 07916 841 483. And I'd like to thank our viewers for sending us questions on our social platforms. Now, next question on WhatsApp. First question, the Sunnah prayer before Dhuhr, is it better to pray 4 rakat with 1 taslim or 2 separate rakats with 2 taslims, Shaykh?
Valid question, and the answer is in the hadith. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Salatul layli wa nahar mathna mathna, 2 by 2. So the better is to pray, the best is to pray 2 by 2. Whether sunnah of dhuhr before or after Sunnah of Asr, because the Sunnah before Asr is non-emphatic. It is not as emphasized as the Sunnah before or after Dhuhr. And it's 4 rak'ahs. Can I pray them? Uh, shall I pray them 2 by 2 or 4? It is best to pray 2 by 2.
Jazakallah khair. Next question. Is it permissible to use hair extensions from materials like yarn or thread when plaiting hair?
Look, respected sister, you look so pretty the way Allah created you. You wanna comb your hair, you wanna cut your hair, you wanna make it into braids, but to connect it with hair, whether artificial or natural hair, some women actually sell their hair. That is not permissible. Why not? It makes look beautiful, and it's only for my husband. I love to see you happy and your husband happy. But I would like to tell you that the Prophet ﷺ specifically mentioned in a sound hadith, which is narrated by Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, may Allah be pleased with him, and it is collected by Imam Bukhari, لعن الله الواصلة والمستوصلة. Al-wasila, the woman who connects her hair with another hair. So in this case, whether you wear a wig or you connect it with an artificial hair or a real hair, that is not permissible. It's as simple as that.
Thank you very much. Next question is important, and I will be taking this. It's a long question, but I still will be taking it because our viewers, inshallah, will understand. And Sheikh, it's emotional as well. Let's start. The sister is asking, my husband passed away suddenly on 20th of September 2023 at home. Could the Imam please pray for him, for me and my family? He was a revert and a most beautiful person I have known. My husband was a revert. His name was Mr. Robert Payne, or known as Bob. Now, first question, I couldn't ask forgiveness from him as it was sudden. Does he know that I'm asking for his forgiveness after his death? We don't know what is it regarding, and we don't know what's the context of the forgiveness. Sheikh, over to you.
You don't have to say, could you please? Rather, it is our duty upon knowing that a Muslim have passed away. So may Allah have mercy on your husband, Robert or Bob. May Allah admit him to the highest place in the gardens of paradise, Al-Firdaus Al-A'la. May Allah pardon him and forgive him all his sins.
Amen.
And may Allah bless his family after him. And may Allah make you and your loved ones join your husband with Prophet Muhammad in Al-Firdaus Al-A'la after a long time and after a long life, inshallah. As far as I couldn't ask for forgiveness, this is the emotional segment in the question. And I wish every couple, not only every wife, every couple could listen to what the sister said and ponder over it. Sometimes we go to sleep and we are boycotting each other, not talking to each other. A husband and wife, day 2, 3, 4, waiting for her to take the initiative. No, he should take the initiative. He should come and say, I'm sorry. You know, life is short, life is brief, and you never know. Either one of you can go to sleep and will never come back to life. And then you spend the rest of your life, not only a couple, a husband and wife, a father and a child, siblings, brothers and sisters, brothers and brothers, sisters and sisters, even friends. Don't go to sleep while there is a discord or a misunderstanding between you and another person. Even if it takes you to say, I'm sorry, even though you're not, and it is his or her fault. This quality which Abdullah ibn Salam, may Allah be pleased with him, have enabled him to enter paradise, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam give him the bishara and his companions that he will be from among the dwellers of paradise, even though he was not one of those who used to stand up all night in tahajjud or fast every other day. He was a very simple person, and he was a former Jewish rabbi. So, sister, yes, when you say, oh Allah, forgive my husband, that would reach him 100%. And he will know that you will be praying for him, and he will be very happy. Instead of wasting your time worrying about, does he hear me? Does he know what I'm saying? worry about this. Listen to this. The Prophet ﷺ said, إِنَّ أَحَدَكُمْ لَتُرْفَعُ دَرَجَتُهُ لَهُ فِي الْجَنَّةِ. One of you, when he or she dies, will be promoted in heaven. So in the grave, you would know where you are, whether in Jannah or otherwise. Not only whether in Jannah or Nar, but your level in paradise. You will see your house in heaven. You will see your property in Jannah. And you would say, Ya Rabbi aqim as-sa'a, my Lord, establish the day of judgment. Hurry, I want to enter Jannah and collect my property, get to my house and join my family. But all of a sudden, when he or she is checking their place in heaven, because the Prophet ﷺ said, a
Jazakallah.
window in the grave will be open where you can see and locate your place in Jannah. Then the person would notice that, what is this? He's been promoted to a higher level. This is not the same palace. This is not the same house. That's a better one.
Jazakallah.
Then he will say, Rabbi, my Lord, what for? What happened? I'm not doing anything. I'm stuck here in the grave. The Almighty Allah will inform him, بِدُعَاءِ وَلَدِكَ لَكَ, because your
Jazakallah.
son or your daughter have been praying for you. So pray for your husband that would reach him.
Jazakallah khair. And it's time for another break. We'll see you on the other side. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the last segment of Ask Iman live on Eman Channel Sky 757 with Shaykh Dr. Muhammad Salah. The contact details are displayed at the bottom of the screen and feel free to leave us your questions on YouTube channel. If time allows, we'll try our level best to take as many questions as possible. Now, if you've missed the previous segment, then there was a sister asking about a husband who sadly passed away last month and he was a revert. Her husband's name is Mr. Robert Payne, known as Bob as well. Please make dua. Sheikh did make the dua. And of course, if you've missed the previous segment, our YouTube channel, official YouTube channel is there. You can inshallah listen to it. Now, Sheikh, her next question is also in context as well. What is patience? How do I get the reward when I find it difficult without him, i.e. husband? I can't stop crying and find it difficult to stop thinking that it's a bit harsh for us and we didn't deserve this. I can sense sign of mental health there, Sheikh.
Well, first of all, patience is to endure calamities without objecting to Allah's decree. Rather, while anticipating the word from the Almighty Allah. The Quran answered this question. Respected sister, your husband died, and I will die, and you will die, and Qamarul Islam will die, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the greatest man ever walked the earth, is dead. And all the prophets, كُلُّ مَنْ عَلَيْهَا فَانٍ, all those who exist on earth shall perish and vanish. Everyone will die. Only Allah doesn't die. Everyone is mortal though. So the Quran in Surah Al-Baqarah says, Allah confirms all of us will be tested and tried. Sometimes you'll be tested by the means of poverty, the means of fear, the means of sickness, the means of whatever, and the means of death and the loss of loved ones. Then the Almighty Allah concludes by saying, وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ, and then give glad tidings to those who will endure these calamities, inevitable calamities, patiently. How? He said, upon being afflicted, instead of objecting, blaming Allah and saying, why do you do that to me? They say rather, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We all belong to Allah and unto Him we shall return. This is the conclusion of what I mentioned earlier. You know, you will join your husband, I hope after a long life, inshallah, but eventually all of us, sooner or later, who decides? Only one, the Creator. He calls you whenever he wants. Can you say no? No. What about those who object and curse and say, I'm not happy with you, I hate you? Astaghfirullah. Would that bring back their loved ones? No. Would that fix their car? Would that take the time back in order to avoid any calamity? No. It is inevitable. It was going to happen no matter what you say. So those who say, I wish I didn't eat this meal, I wish I didn't catch this flight, I wish, whether you wish or you don't, that is called preordained. One of these six articles of faith is the sixth article, which is very important. To believe in Allah's decree, whether it's good or bad. It could be bad from your perspective, because the way you look at it is a test. So we endure it patiently. You say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And furthermore, you say, Oh Allah, reward me for my patience upon my calamity and give me better than what I lost. Send my husband to a better place. You are a patient person. Alhamdulillah. Knowing that your supplication will benefit your husband, instead of wasting the time feeling the pain and the sorrow and the grief, which is something that you cannot get rid of, but you can convert it into something beneficial. Make dua for him, recite Quran and make dua for him, recite adhkar and make dua for him. Inshallah, when you save up some money, you can go for Umrah or Hajj. If you didn't, after you've done your Umrah, you can do Umrah for him. This is how you can benefit him.
Jazakallahu khairan for that. Hope that is clear, my dear sister. May Allah grant you sabr, and may Allah grant Mr. Robert Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. Now let's move on swiftly to our callers. Let's see who's on the line. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Thank you, my dear sister, for calling in. Your question, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh. I want to ask you a question. It's regarding of, shall I ask the question as a general or just I can be specific?
Okay, go ahead. What's the question?
The question is, there's a sister who's got a problem with her husband and she's got children for him. So she's trying to be patient, but she can't anymore. So
Okay, you don't need to disclose all the details here. What exactly are you trying to find out?
In Islam, what can she do?
Okay.
I mean, patience she tried. I mean, what can she do?
I understood. So basically, if I've got the question correct, a sister that you know, nothing to do with you, a sister that you know is currently going through turbulence in her marital life, and what's the solution? What can be done?
Yeah.
Okay, inshallah. Sheikh will answer that question. The reason I'm not taking details because it's a live program. We have got rules and regulation. And of course, we are not hearing both sides of the story and not even directly from the sister. Inshallah, Sheikh will advise and please take the necessary guidance. Sheikh, over to you.
Book a counseling session. I'll be more than happy to help you.
Jazakallahu khairan. And that would be the most appropriate response, my dear sister. Hope that is clear. I know perhaps it's not what you would like to hear, but we have a responsibility to be fair and to hear both sides. And it can only be possible when both the sides are discussing it directly with a scholar. Now, let's move on to our next caller. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for your call. Your question, please.
Yes, my question is this, when go to sleep, you read Surah Mulk.
Surah Mulk, yeah.
Now, I have this very strong belief that I will be having no problem in my grave. I have a very, very 100% belief that I will be saved, inshallah, because I do all the good deeds,
what's your question?
But also I read Surah Mulk. So I want to know, what is Surah Mulk importance? That is he an angel who will be helping in the grave, please?
Okay. Do stay with us on the line. Let's find out. Sheikh, is the question clear to you?
Okay.
Yes. Okay. We shall move on. Sheikh, please carry on.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, Sheikh. Yeah, the answer.
Well, I didn't hear the
Oh,
question.
okay. Apology for that. The brother is trying to find out with regards to Surah Mulk. He has a strong belief that he will recite Surah Mulk, he will be protected in his dream. And the overall question that I understood, the virtue of reading Surah Al Mulk before going to sleep, and will he be protected in his grave?
Well, yep. According to the narrations, the person who recites Surah Al-Mulk will be protected from the torment of the grave. Surah Al-Mulk also reminds about the hereafter, the power of the Almighty Allah, and the basic belief in the lordship and the unity of worship of the Almighty Allah, and so on. So reciting it every evening is very virtuous. But as far as protecting you against dreams, there are certain supplications that you should recite while lying down on your bed, such as the last two verses of Surah Al-Baqarah. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. These two verses, النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said, whoever recites them before going to sleep, في ليلة كفتاه, they will suffice for him, they will protect him. The supplications of Ayatul Kursi, recitation of Ayatul Kursi, recitation of the three quls and muawwidat 3 times while blowing in your hand and wiping over your head, your face, and your body, and then putting your right hand, your right palm beneath your right cheek, lying down on your right side and saying, اللهم أسلمت نفسي إليك ووجهت وجهي إليك وفوضت أمري إليك, to the rest of the supplication. These supplications prior to going to sleep, that should help you to avoid bad dreams and enjoy a good sleep.
Thank you very much. Literally, we have 1.5 minutes. Let's see if we can complete this question or take this question. If parents participate in riba as an adult girl, am I obliged to go out and find my own halal income, or is it permissible for me to live under their provision?
So a girl is asking her father is involved in riba, right?
That's correct.
Well, you still live in his house, and he is required to provide for you until hopefully you will be able to provide for yourself or get married and move out. And meanwhile, please kindly keep advising him and ask your mom to advise him, because it is the worst sin.
Jazakallahu khairan. First and foremost, Sheikh, thank you very much for your time, for giving us your valuable time. I understand you're traveling and you still gave your valuable time to us. Jazakallahu khairan for that. Thanks to our viewers that have called in and asked questions, and of course send us questions through WhatsApp and of course on YouTube channel. Apology, we couldn't take all the calls and questions, but inshallah we shall be addressing the question that we have received in our future episode next week. And also in the beginning of the program or the segment, we have discussed about how to manage the mental health, especially in this difficult time. Sheikh has given nasiha. Please do find the video on YouTube channel, on our official Eman Channel YouTube channel, and inshallah let's take steps from it, and most importantly seek professional help if it is affecting us mentally, and that's what we should be doing. Alhamdulillah, we have all the services. Until next time, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.